Hey everyone, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed. And I've had a lot of new subscribers and people who have heard about me from different folks. And that's really awesome. And I really appreciate, all the really kind words. Um, Sometimes when you don't know what's happening behind closed doors with folks that are doing these kind of things, you don't realize that there can be a lot of backlash. People in your own real world aren't as receptive to certain things, and to be able to hear kind words from people and understand, it means a lot. It really does. I also encourage you to learn more about me and my journey from listening to more of the videos. The Myths Charities reality video has gotten some attention, and it's really lovely. But listen to more and see what you think. And I'd love to hear more of your insights, your thoughts. This is a channel for everyone to be able to really truly talk their best, honest perspectives in what's really going on in all kinds of different ways. All kinds of different ways. But for 2019, I really wanted to do this video to set a tone of inspiration for everyone who has been struggling in all kinds of different ways. Whether it's, well, mostly it's our belief systems, what it really comes down to. What I've noticed with a lot of folks I talk with about the possibilities of things, it's interesting when you say, I'd like for this to happen, or this is what I see possible. There are some people that are so quick to want to shut it down, find the obstacle, find the problem, find the reason not to. Their belief system doesn't allow for a lot of faith, for lack of a better word. In my journey, everything that's come my way and has gotten me through so much insanity and so much ridiculousness and so many different challenges is always the faith that it's going to get better. And not a naive faith, but visualizing. And this is with anything. Visualizing what you see in the future, the best visualization, and you just walk it. What's been going on the past few years, I've been noticing, and longer than that, is that social media, the television, which I really hope you guys all throw out your television. Can we cheers to that? I'm having some wine tonight because it is New Year's. And I love wine. So it is what it is. Can we throw out our televisions? Can we do that? What is the number one emotion that you walk away with when you watch the television? Fear. Fear. What's the number one emotion that keeps us from walking in a direction of faith that can lead to amazing possibilities in not only making our own personal worlds better, but all the people around us can be blessed from that too? Fear. What's marketed in advertising all the time? Fear. When someone really good comes into power that's actually shutting down human trafficking, that's actually shutting down child trafficking, that's actually shutting down global mafias, what do they want to tell you he's about? They want you to fear them. Okay, so fear. Fear is a problem. Fear keeps us in poverty. Fear keeps us from walking in the best possibilities of what are possible in this world. What I've noticed is that there's a market for every level of reality that we choose to believe in. There are some people that believe that everything's based on fate. Well, there's always going to be a market for that. It's a poverty mentality. Scarcity. If you're concerned that you've got to live as cheaply as possible and save as much as possible, and live very low to the ground, that you're not going to live very strong, but there's a market for it. It's the Walmart mentality. Then I've noticed that there is a level of, on the other extreme, the entrepreneurial side, and people that decide to try something for themselves, and they find something that is going to bring goodness to lots of different people, and they walk it themselves and they believe in it, and amazing things come from it. And they're able to live in abundance. So what I'm trying to talk about tonight is the idea of believing in yourself, believing in what's possible. It's so important. I've been working on the Dream Map project since 2010. Something very near and dear to my heart. It was all about giving a voice to what is truly in your heart you believe you want to see in this world. I started in 2010 in Jacksonville. The thing is that sometimes people's dreams are very limited. They take the power away from themselves and they start writing things like, well, I just want my kids to be happy, or I want someone to go away, whatever that means. Like, when you take your dream, when you take your best thought and you put it into somebody else's hands, like, well, I just want them to go away, or I just want my kids to be happy. That's not fair to yourself or to the people around you when you know that you've been brought into this world to do something really amazing. Everyone's been stifled for a very, very long time in being able to truly live out their best joy. We've been pulled into economies and conversations and fear-based realities that keep people from even thinking that it's possible to do what they truly love and what really creates joy. To the point where when there are those few people around that are trying to live out their joy, or they're trying to live out their goodness, instead of people supporting and lifting them up, what ends up happening, unfortunately, is resentment, jealousy, hatred, sabotage, and wanting to annihilate that person. No matter how good that person is, there's sometimes with certain people that feel that they've accepted so much inner stifling that to see someone trying to do their own thing, they want to squash it. I feel that that's been happening a lot in a lot of different ways the last few years. The wrong people are getting squashed, and then the people that need to be squashed are being lifted up. So we need to reverse that. That'd be nice. Because unfortunately, what I've been listening to in the news and all kinds of places, the folks that have been running the war, trafficking, all that stuff, and making a lot of money, but they're really good orators, and they get really good news coverage and positive feedback. They're not doing the right thing. And I would imagine in your personal life that you'd realize that it's not someone you'd really want to be around. So we need to retune. That'd be good. There's always going to be a market for what you believe. And if you think about it, that's actually a really powerful stance to be in. We're the very first day of 2019, and I want to challenge you. First of all, thank you so much for listening to some of these talks. It's pretty cool. Appreciate that. It's been a weird journey. But regardless of all the different things that we've found out that can be really gnarly and have been really bad, rather than reacting to it and just getting angry and feeling that you're powerless, and going, woe is me, I don't know what else to do, I'm stuck in this. Let's take it to a whole other level. And for 2019, I want you to imagine, forget everything that you think is not possible or all the different obstacles that you'd have to get to make it happen. Just say it. Write it down. What is your best life from your imagination of what you can think of? What is the best thing that you would love to see happen in your world, in your community, in your personal life, with your family, with the bigger scheme of the whole world, whatever it is? Write it down. When you write it down, it's like a to-do list. And you have a 50% chance more of making it happen when you write it down. That's why it's very important to do that. And then truly believe it. That's where we really lose the power, is we believe other people make it for some strange reason. We don't understand why, and then we're upset and we're jealous and we're resentful that someone is living a better life than we are. But point in fact, everyone deals with the same struggles, the same issues, the same problems, but the difference is your reaction and your belief and your imagination of what you believe is possible in your world. That's the difference with people. And that's why not everyone can be equal. There's no such thing as being equal. We're all unique, beautiful human beings in this world that tend to think very differently. And we tend to react differently in different situations from other people. And maybe we should start listening to, if we are unhappy with our current situation, maybe we should start paying more attention to people that are doing and living out really good things in their life. Maybe we need to start thinking like them. Not brainwashing and thinking like them, but just understanding that maybe the reason why those things happen for those people is because they have faith and they walk it and they truly believe it's going to happen. That's a really powerful thing. And then you're a servant to that. Because a lot of times when we're given something that's really amazing, there's also a servant part of it, that we're supposed to make sure that we serve others more than ourselves. We're supposed to be thinking of others in our world more than ourselves. For me, I feel a shift coming with my art. If you haven't followed my work for a while, I suggest you check out kimberrystudio.com. There's a big catalog of all the work I've done up until now. Thing is, from 2006 to pretty much now, it was all about talking really tough stuff. Some of the paintings were pretty, but there was a lot of conversation of these kind of things that are coming up now that people weren't going to buy the art. They're going to put that stuff up in their the everyday person wasn't going to put that stuff up on their wall and be like, that's really pretty. The art, I couldn't help myself. I had to express visually what I couldn't until recently speak about verbally, of what's been going on and what I was trying so hard to bring light to, as now there's so many wonderful people that are talking about these things. But it hurt me financially to do that. But it was a good sacrifice. There was a moment in time where that needed to happen, and that needed to be said. And I'm fine with that. And it wasn't a servant. I didn't come to the art from a servant standpoint of going, how can I bless other people through my art? I really needed to be able to tell my story of what was going on, because I was always silenced in so many other different ways. But in 2019, my shift in the art is to, now that all of this has come out and things are healing and things are getting really good, I want to shift the work to becoming, how can I make the work that I do bless the folks and create a really beautiful energy in their home if they buy a piece? You know, I want each painting or each sculpture to have a certain really beautiful, strong energy that when someone purchases it, they're blessed. I'm serving them and helping them inspire to live a beautiful life in one way, shape, or another. Another thing that I've got involved with is a beauty line, and focusing on non-toxic, non-chemical, plant-based beauty care, skincare that I'm repping, and being able to be a servant to sharing with people an option of makeup that is not going to hurt them. It's going to bless them. That's a servant mentality. These are good things, and this is hopefully in 2019 something that all of us can start tuning into. There were too many conversations of economies that people got into survival mode, that did not bring any good fruit to the people around them. Too many economies making money off of hurting other people, exploiting other people, damaging other people in order to survive. So you can have your micro luxury apartment, you know? We got to change that. There are people in this world that really believe that it can change. I'm one of them. And you can be one of them. We can all be one of them. So think about what you love, what really inspires you, what really sets you on fire, you know, in a good way. Not what you're against, okay? That's important to say. Because a lot of people have been programmed now to just be like, I'm against this, I'm against that, I'm against blah, blah, blah. No. What are you for? That's what's really going to breathe life into you. What are you for? And make it happen. And you'll know you're on the right track by the fruit. When you start seeing other people around you healing, when you start seeing your own life being more peaceful, more joyful, kinder, softer, when you start seeing that you're in more of a flow rather than you're that like bass that's going against the grain all the time, that sucks when you're there. I've been there. It sucks. Totally been there. When you start feeling that flow, you start meeting amazing people that are just kind and excited, and you meet and good things happen from that, you know you're on the right track. That's the fruit. And you just keep on going. And we need that in 2019. There's been so much junk that's been going on for so long. We need to be inspired by each other again. We need to feel that connection in our own communities. We need to also be valuing each other at the top level. In other words, when you go to meet an individual, you walk into their space, whether it's a store, hardware store, it's an individually family-owned hardware store, it's an individually owned car dealership, it's an individually owned coffee shop, clothing store, art gallery, whatever. If you really appreciate them, if you really appreciate what they're bringing to the table, and you have no idea as a small business owner what you have to go through to make that happen, if you value them, you're not going to treat them like a yard sale. Value them. I love to do that. I've always done that. That's the only way I shop. You know, every once in a while I'll go to Target if I have to. But for the most part, I really, really try to make sure that I get what I need or what I would like to get from small business owners. Because those are the real people that are really vested in a community, whether it's Nashville, whether it was Los Angeles, whether it was Pittsburgh, whether it was Jacksonville, whether it was Washington, D.C., all those different places I lived. The people that open up their own business, I promise you, they care so much more about what they're bringing to the table than Walmart. And you're going to get blessings from that too. So 2019, I'd love to know what you are going to imagine for your life in the best sense possible. And the belief systems are the biggest struggle for most people. Your belief systems, whatever you limit yourself to believing is possible, is the problem. If you allow yourself to believe that anything is possible, like really, truly, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm tired. I know people that are extremely wealthy to people that have nothing. The only difference is that the people that have everything, they don't question anything in their lives. They know everything is going to work out the way they want it to. Like, it's just total confidence in that what they're going to do is going to happen. And some people think that that's egomania. Some people think that that's egomaniacal. I think that's jealousy. If you want to lift yourself up, you have to get rid of jealousy. If you find yourself being more jealous than you are happy of others that are doing well, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because the jealousy button and the resentment button might be an obstacle of why something really great is not coming into your own world. Jealousy and resentment hold people back from allowing themselves to create a really great life too. I've noticed that as well. Try being really happy for people in your life, that good things are happening for them, and support them. Completely support them. You're not losing for being happy for them. Maybe you should learn something from it. What are they doing that's making that happen? And then be humble enough to receive that lesson. And then realize, if I can just tune myself into that belief system that they're connected to, whatever I want from my own life, that could happen as well. It's a belief system. So believe it's possible. Be humble enough to learn the lessons that you need to learn in order to make it possible. And this is coming from someone that used to be very egomaniac. And I got humbled very, very strongly to learn all kinds of different things in order to understand how to make things greater. Not by my will, but his will. And it's been a beautiful journey. And I'm so grateful. Doors can open. And if I can leave you with that message of hope for 2019, so that we can really make this world truly the change that we want to see in so many beautiful ways, it's worth it. So thank you everyone for listening to the videos, and thank you for the new subscribers. Really appreciate that a lot. It means a lot. Thank you for the kind words. You have no idea, because most times I get the opposite. So the kind words mean a lot, and the connections mean a lot. And let's see what 2019 brings. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.